It is All-Star Week, one of the best weeks on the baseball calendar. And while we are all very excited to see which players are headed out to LA to compete in the All-Star Game at Dodger Stadium, it's only natural for us baseball fans to look at these rosters and think they're just a little bit incomplete. We are going to take a look today at the three biggest surprises from the All-Star roster reveal. Now, before I begin, I will, of course, mention it is very possible that some of these players will be named as injury replacements. And if that's the case, great. That means I was right. That means that I was right to call these out as All-Star snubs and big surprises as omissions. But still, the point is, the spirit of this discussion is that how could these guys not be named on the first go? Of course, there's a lot of things that go into picking the All-Star team. There has to be at least one player from every team. I personally love that rule. I love that every team is represented, even if some of those guys aren't quite as good as some of these guys we're talking about that maybe missed out. But still, this is about celebrating the players who just missed the cut. It's not about tearing down the ones that did make it. It's about celebrating the players who did not make it and maybe still will. So let's get to the top three. All right, let's just get this one out of the way with our first one. It's, of course, Ty France. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you know I am a big Mariners fan. So is there some bias in here? Yes. But I will say, when I, logged on Twitter after the teams were announced yesterday, I saw a lot of neutral fans voicing their support for the man himself, Ty France, member of the 2016 Fort Wayne Tin Caps. He has been, without question, the best first baseman in the American League this year. Now, look, Vlad Jr., I totally understand him winning the fan vote. He's one of the most important and popular players we have in the game today. So even though France, maybe has been having a better season than him, I understand him winning the fan vote. That's fine. But I think a lot of us assume, okay, great, he'll be the Mariners representative, and Julio Rodriguez might, he might be the one on the outside looking in. Now, I love Julio. I'm glad he's an All-Star too, but we all know Ty France deserves it. The injury that caused him to miss a few weeks over the last few years was so unlucky with the collision he had at first base. When you look at the numbers and you look at his offensive production, Ty France absolutely deserves to be an All-Star, and I really hope he's one of the first guys named if they do need an injury replacement. Next on my list is a guy from a team who has plenty of All-Star representation, and that is the surging Atlanta Braves. We got to talk about Austin Riley. Look, I know there are some amazing third basemen in the National League, like Nolan Arenado and Manny Machado. I get it. But Austin Riley has just been the best player on the Braves for this entire season. And as much as we want to be excited about, Matt Olson making his name in Atlanta and, these rookie sensations like Spencer Strider, Michael Harrison, all the guys that made the All-Star team. Look, Ronald Acuna Jr., I love the guy, but he has not been nearly as good as Austin Riley this season. And it's not like we don't know who Riley is. I mean, he was so good last year. He got MVP votes last year. He didn't make the All-Star team last year. And that's why I thought, okay, well, this is easy. Now we're putting him in, no doubt. Look, he's still only 25. He has plenty of All-Star games in his future, I'm sure. But I'm surprised that someone of his stature who succeeded this well on a team that has been in the national spotlight was not named to the All-Star team. Now, look, 6 All-Stars, that would have been a lot. That's reserved for teams like the Yankees off to historic starts. But I really think Austin Riley deserves it as well. And my third and final biggest surprise, the biggest snub for me, honestly, maybe even more so than France and Austin Riley, and that is left-handed pitcher Carlos Rodon. Now, Carlos made his first All-Star team last year with the White Sox. Breakout season, finally healthy, throws the no-hitter, almost a perfect game. It all comes together, and then he goes into the offseason, and we're thinking, oh, he's going to get big paid like Robbie Ray or Kevin Gausman. And then maybe because of that injury history, he ends up getting a shorter deal with the Giants. He's been just as good this season. That performance he had on Saturday against the Padres was everything you want in a frontline starter, throwing 99 miles an hour in the 9th inning. I know the Giants have underwhelmed a little bit this season after their historic year in 2021, keeping pace and ending up ahead of the Dodgers. It was an incredible year. This year, they've been merely okay, and that has put Rodon a little bit out of the spotlight. Right now, the Giants, I believe, only have one All-Star in Jock Peterson. Logan Webb also has a strong case for the Giants. But Rodon, to me, is a slam dunk. I don't really understand how you missed this one. I know there are a ton of starting pitchers that are deserving, and you're only going to put so many on the All-Star team. But this one was shocking. I mean, this is a guy that when you watch him, that's all you can think. I mean, this is an All-Star. This is one of the best pitchers in the league, and I was really disappointed to see Carlos not get the nod this year for the second year in a row. those are my 3 biggest snubs from the All-Star team reveal. Again, maybe some of these guys will get in injury replacements. If you want to see even more snubs, if you want to get more mad about the players that were left off, make sure you check out my full all snub team on foxsports.com and on the Fox Sports app.